And let's soon count down WJRD's Top 11 Plus 50 survey of October 31st, 1966. Working on my third take already. All right, let's see if I can get this one down pretty good, at least half decent. Number 27, it is a standard. Winchester Cathedral by the New Vaudeville Band. It was number one in the States for 3 weeks, a very unlikely American hit. This thing flabbergasted a lot of people overseas in England. The people who wrote and promoted this record. It went to number 4 in England. Number one? Number one in bloody America? I just can't fathom that. What is... Well, but then again, the USA in the throes of the British invasion, still in the throes of the British invasion, enamored with the British accents in 1966. Winchester Cathedral by the New Vaudeville Band, the brainchild of this band, of this song, brilliant songwriter, very prolific too, Jeff Stevens. His roster includes Sorry Suzanne. He co-wrote that for the Hollies. That was in 1969. He co-wrote Daughter of Darkness by Tom Jones. Anybody remember that one? Spring of 1970. He co-wrote Doctor's Orders, that delightful disco hit from 1974. And, I just found this out. He co-wrote Silver Lady by David Soul. He co-wrote that song with Tony McCauley. Silver Lady by David Soul. Now, if you're watching this here in America, you're thinking, I never heard of that song, Silver Lady. Isn't David Soul the guy who did that song, Don't Give Up on Us, whatever? Yep, well, that's the same guy. Christmas of 1976, David Soul had that huge hit. But Silver Lady was the runner-up to it. But it was not a hit. Here in the States, went to number 52. But my God, by the late spring, summer of 1977, Silver Lady by David Soul was number one in Britain. The song was huge. David Soul was kicking it in England, more so than here in the States. I guess Starsky and Hutch was a pretty big show over there in England too. But let's go back to Jeff Stevens. Jeff Stevens wrote The Crying Game, originally done by Dave Barry, but later covered by Boy George in 1993. Gosh, you learn some amazing things when you do some research. Jeff Stevens wrote Winchester Cathedral. He was inspired by a picture of Winchester Cathedral. Legend has it, he was working in his office, writing lyrics. He was looking at a calendar. Above the numbers of the days was a picture of Winchester Cathedral. He just looked at it, thought, man, that's a nice looking place. I admired the structure, the Gothic look of the place. I think I'll write a song about Winchester Cathedral. I'll write a song about a guy who lost his girlfriend. He's pissed off at Winchester Cathedral because Winchester Cathedral's just standing there doing nothing. It's fun. It's brilliant. Jeff Stevens, though, was a big fan of vaudeville. In America, it's called vaudeville. In Britain, it was called music hall. Going back to the 1920s, one of the ultimate retro records. Now, it was either Jeff Stevens or John Carter who sang to the megaphone. Gave that song that retro feel, that retro aura. And, gosh, it worked. It was probably one of the most original records that ever came out. But they had to put together a band when the song became big. Now, supposedly, the band was tutored by none other than Peter Grant. Peter Grant, who later became manager of Led Zeppelin. I'll be dang. Fancy that. Going from Jeff Stevens to Led Zeppelin. That's a big leap from Winchester Cathedral to Led Zeppelin. But that's how it works sometimes. History is often complicated and mixed up. It's a mixed up world. Winchester Cathedral at number 37 on WJRD's Top 11 Plus 50 survey of October 31st, 1966.